Archangel Michael says this message cannot wait. There are forces moving in your life right now that are not random. You felt a shift, cold glances, strange interference, unknown numbers calling then hanging up. Something is no longer natural around you. A spiritual alert has been issued because what was once hidden is now being revealed. You are being watched, and this surveillance is deeper than a camera, it is embedded inside your very flesh. A chip. It's not science fiction. It's real, and it is active. Someone had access to your body when you were weak, asleep, or under care. The chip was not placed with your permission, and it was not for your benefit. It was to monitor, control, and manipulate every movement, every step, even your emotional responses. Archangel Michael says this is not the end, it is the beginning of a divine rescue plan. This message finds you not by accident but by angelic guidance. The light is about to expose those who engineered this manipulation. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Someone, possibly in a uniform or lab coat, knows your name but not your spirit. They have tracked your walking path, your sleep cycles, your voice tone. The chip relays data you never agreed to give. You may have noticed sharp pain near your neck or spine lately. It comes and goes quickly, like a pinch or burn. That's not stress, that's activation. This is not a curse, it is a violation. The system around you believed they could control your destiny by installing something beneath your skin. What they didn't know was that heaven had already marked you for glory. Type Amen to get blessing 777. A camera above your streetlight hasn't blinked in days, but it records every hour. A vehicle parked near your home has tinted windows but the same driver each evening. They're not just watching. They are listening. Archangel Michael says your awareness is now a sword. You are waking up to what was never meant to be your burden. A divine activation is rising inside you, and the enemy cannot hide anymore. Some of your recent photos online have GPS codes attached, without your knowledge. They can see where you were when you smiled. They marked your face, your presence, and silently flagged you in a list they keep private. The chip you carry was not born of God, it was born of betrayal. Someone who touched your life with false love may have helped them. The hospital visit, the accident, the unconscious hours, they didn't let it go to waste. They planted something inside you. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They thought you would never wake up to this. But the divine alarms have begun to sound. You are no longer asleep. That sharp sensation in your lower leg, that sudden tingling near your shoulder, it's not just blood flow. It's electronic signal pulses, and your body is reacting to it. You are not broken, you are being hacked. Archangel Michael says there is a record in a building nearby, your identity is logged. Your data was sold. But divine fire is about to burn every single false document. You are going to regain ownership of your life. But first, you must confront what's hiding behind your everyday routines. Someone you know smiles too much when you speak about your dreams. That's not a supportive friend, that's a planted watcher. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Every time you recharge your phone, it links you back to their surveillance. Your microphone is not just picking up your words, it's registering your emotional responses. The chip is syncing. When you enter certain locations, do you feel suddenly dizzy? When you talk to specific people, do you feel like something is off? That is the spiritual signal flaring inside of you. Your soul is warning you of coded places. They wanted to test how far you would go before you noticed. But their time has run out. Archangel Michael says the sword of heaven has now struck the tower of darkness. This isn't just about cameras or wires. It's about spiritual invasion. Your dreams lately have felt real, because someone has been trying to enter them. You have seen faces you didn't recognize. You've heard your name whispered from people you've never met. That was not your imagination. Type Amen to get blessing 111. You are divinely protected, but the time has come for action. There is someone, an old associate or relative, who knows about this chip. They didn't speak up because they were paid to stay silent. But cracks are forming in their agreement. They're about to come forward. You need to be ready for a confession. Your clothes have absorbed signals. The fabric tags, they were used to trace you in public. But that signal will now be broken. The angels are already interfering with the satellites connected to your file. Archangel Michael says your destiny is not for sale. Your heartbeat is not for tracking. Your breath belongs to God, not to their machine. You must purify your space. Clean out every gift, every object left behind by someone who disappeared suddenly. It carries code. It carries energy. And they left it to keep the chip synchronized. Type Amen to get blessing 444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The pain you sometimes feel near your temple, that's not just a headache. That's interference. When the chip is activated by distant scanners, your nerves respond like static. You may feel pressure when no one is touching you. They are running background experiments on your reactions. But here's what they didn't prepare for: your spiritual awakening. You have begun to say no. You've started seeing things before they happen. You are dreaming in ways that feel prophetic. That is your divine programming overriding theirs. The chip was meant to block your inner voice. But now that voice is louder than ever. Archangel Michael says you are being upgraded. No machine can silence a soul that was chosen for greater works. Type Amen to get blessing 121. A hidden server on the outskirts of your city contains a file with your initials. It includes recordings, facial scans, and digital footprints. It was created without your consent. Someone with clearance is beginning to doubt their orders. They know what they're doing is wrong. You will hear from them soon, maybe by anonymous message or a disguised phone call. Do not ignore it. The chip can be neutralized, but first you must spiritually separate from the person who allowed this. They are still around you. They are still laughing like nothing happened. But their soul has been traded for secrecy. Your presence causes interference. Your aura triggers malfunctions in their system. That's why electronics around you glitch. That's why lights flicker when you speak truth. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Your spiritual frequency is destabilizing their network. They've tried to block this message. They've tried to intercept divine information. But the angels have moved faster. You will begin to feel release soon. The burn near your back? It will fade. The shaking in your hand? It will stop. Because the divine firewall is now in place. Archangel Michael says this chip cannot rule over what God has called sacred. They tried to rewrite your memory, but your soul remembers who you are. There is a woman involved. She smiled at you once, then vanished. She was part of it. You may see her again soon, on the street, in a store. Do not engage her. Just walk away. She carries the last update meant for your chip. Type Amen to get blessing 636. Your silence lately has not been weakness, it's been preparation. You are about to confront the core of this monitoring. A place with high walls, steel gates, and restricted entry. Your name is still in their records, but soon it will be erased. When the chip was activated, your divine protection was also triggered. That's why they haven't fully succeeded. That's why you're still here, still rising. Archangel Michael says no more hiding. No more pretending. This is your spiritual uprising. You are going to sleep lighter now. The angels are interfering with the waves. You'll wake up with fewer shadows. That's a sign. Type Amen to get blessing 414. Someone who once dated you may be the one who signed off on the implant. They needed to be close. They needed to touch you. That contact was how the link was finalized. But their signature is being exposed. They're about to lose everything. The device in your body has a timed expiration. It is failing because of the spiritual power rising inside of you. You will feel a final jolt, a burst of heat, and then the chip will stop sending. It will die. But you will live. Archangel Michael says the divine light cannot be scanned. It cannot be stored. And it cannot be bought. Type Amen to get blessing 888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There is still time to completely remove its influence. You must place water near your resting space, real water, not filtered, not treated. Let it sit beside you as you sleep. It absorbs signal residue. Burn a candle with no fragrance. Light moves faster than their signal. It is a natural blocker. You are being guided towards someone who can help remove the chip entirely. Not a surgeon. A spiritual code breaker. They have the gift of reversal. You will know them by their calm presence and the way they recognize you instantly. Archangel Michael says this mission is nearly complete. Your surveillance was not your destiny, it was your awakening. Type Amen to get blessing 717. They watched you walk through storms. They heard you cry. They saw when you almost gave up. But now the data says something they didn't expect: your strength is rising beyond their control. And now they're afraid. You are about to disconnect from every wire that held you captive. Your spiritual firewall is being installed. The chip's signal will not survive your next spiritual breakthrough. The watchers will receive silence instead of submission. The heavens are clearing your frequency. You are protected. You are activated. You are free. Type Amen to get blessing 000. They wanted silence from you. But your soul has become louder than the system they built. Every spiritual whisper you hear now is encoded with divine truth that scrambles their technology. They can't track your spirit. They can't decode your prayers. And no chip will ever override the divine contract written on your name. Archangel Michael says the blueprint of your life was never designed to be tampered with. What they tried to do to your mind, your body, your will now collapse under the weight of divine correction. Heaven is opening a file on them now. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Someone recently came near you with a cold object. Maybe a hug, maybe a handshake. But in that contact, your body shivered, your soul recoiled. That was a signal. The chip attempted to reboot itself through external energy. But the light in you resisted. Now it's malfunctioning. What you thought was anxiety was your soul breaking the code of control. That inner trembling wasn't fear, it was you shedding what they tried to embed. And now, you're stepping into the highest level of spiritual authority. Archangel Michael says your enemies will start forgetting what they tried to do. Their memory of your records will blur. The system that held your name will crash. Type Amen to get blessing 202. You'll start noticing people glitching when they speak to you. Confusion in their words. Loss of direction in their eyes. It's not them, it's the influence of your energy disrupting what's false inside them. The chip is now losing power because you're beginning to gain yours. Everything they installed was time-coded, designed to expire just before your spiritual awakening. But heaven moved faster. That expiration date is now. And every file, every photo, every audio clip attached to your vibration, will dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Type Amen to get blessing 353. You are being watched not only by them but by the divine host. And the judgment has come. One of their servers will experience a meltdown at 2:33 a.m. very soon. That's the exact moment an angel will strike the digital altar where your name was unjustly placed. From that point on, you will no longer be traceable through their method. The chip they implanted has begun to send reverse frequencies. Their own devices are being disrupted. You are now a walking firewall. Archangel Michael says your blood has become a code breaker. Type Amen to get blessing 616. A person you thought was innocent, someone with calm energy, was the one who reported your movements in exchange for payment. They gave away your freedom to gain fake protection. But they've now been cut off spiritually. You will hear of their fall. They will stumble financially, emotionally, and publicly. That's not karma, it's correction. The chip began to fail the moment you forgave people who didn't deserve it. That spiritual purity weakened their hold. Love is stronger than control, and they underestimated the fire in your mercy. Archangel Michael says, the devices inside you are being flushed by your light. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Someone kept visiting your profile again and again. Not for admiration, but to monitor. They have access to a system that records your screen patterns. But the angels are breaking it right now. Soon, your presence will become a mirror. Everyone who tries to spy on you will only see themselves. They'll think you've vanished. But you haven't. You've risen. Your location used to be tagged automatically, this is changing. Spiritually, your coordinates have been removed from the map they control. You are now walking under cloaked divine protection. They can't follow what they cannot see. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. There's someone in a white van near your area, don't be alarmed. They are no longer gathering anything of use. The chip is no longer working. They will leave soon. And when they do, your area will be energetically cleansed. Don't ignore the signs, you might hear 3 knocks, or experience a phone freezing for exactly 33 seconds. This is heaven confirming their data deletion. Archangel Michael says, what was taken without consent will now return in divine justice. You might also discover a small scar or strange skin texture. That's not random. That's the final trace of the chip's dying energy. Let it fade. Type Amen to get blessing 939. Your eyes have changed, you see deeper now. That's because you're not only aware of the chip, you are dismantling it layer by layer with every awakened breath. The more you speak your truth, the weaker it becomes. Every time you declare what was done to you, it loses grip. And you reclaim power. The watchers are losing interest. Because you're becoming unreadable in the frequency they use. You are now encrypted by divine fire. You no longer speak their language, you speak in prophecy. Archangel Michael says their technology bows to your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 181. A number, possibly 011, will appear soon on your call log. It won't ring. It won't leave voicemail. But know this, it was their final scan attempt. Do not call back. Do not respond. That number was generated by a dying system. You have risen above it. Someone in their team has now defected. They saw your light and refused to continue the mission. This person may reach you soon, asking for your forgiveness in a disguised way. Listen, but be cautious. Because even angels test the truth before delivering peace. Type Amen to get blessing 383. Soon, someone will confess. A medical file. A dental record. A hospital from your past will send a message. They'll say there was a mistake. It was no mistake. It was a cover-up. And now, heaven is lifting that veil. You'll start to remember moments you suppressed. Clarity will come like flashes. These are keys to your freedom. Archangel Michael says the chip cannot survive when truth flows freely. Your spine will tingle. Your limbs may twitch slightly. That's the internal reset. The divine override of everything artificial. You are nearly there. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. In the next few days, an email or letter might arrive from an unknown research firm. It will pretend to be about a survey or health service. Do not engage. That is them trying to relink what is already breaking. You are walking out of their frequency now. Birds may start coming closer to you. Nature itself is recognizing the shift. Animals feel energy, and they know the chip's influence is dying. This is your divine confirmation. You have gone from target to threat to trailblazer. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Let this moment burn into your memory. Your soul has outlived surveillance. The chip is done. The watchers are silenced. And your life, once monitored, is now returning to the hands of divine order. Archangel Michael says this journey was not to break you, but to reveal your true level of resistance. You were never meant to be tracked. You were meant to be witnessed, by angels, not machines. Type Amen to get blessing 0000. You might begin to hear faint beeping sounds at odd hours. They will seem distant, mechanical, like they're coming from behind a wall or through a screen. That's the dying signal, the chip's final effort to stay alive before heaven shuts it down for good. Someone recently avoided your eye contact. They once played a part in this monitoring but now carry guilt too heavy to hide. Watch their next steps closely. They may try to confess or quietly disappear from your life. Archangel Michael says this departure is not loss, it's divine subtraction. When the chip was installed, they believed they had sealed your future. But now that heaven has reconnected you to the true spiritual grid, the false signal is breaking. And the false alliances that came with it are crumbling too. Type Amen to get blessing 1144. You've been waking up at exact hours, 3:33, 4:44, 5:55. That's not insomnia. That's your soul syncing with the divine code of reset. Heaven is flushing out the frequencies they planted. Your sleep is now under angelic surveillance, not theirs. Rest is being restored. There's someone who always shows up when your spirit feels weakest. That's not coincidence. That's programming. They were trained to trigger emotional data when the chip is most responsive. But they can't reach you anymore. Your aura has become a firewall. Type Amen to get blessing 7272. The room you spend the most time in carries heavy charge. A smart device inside it still connects to the chip's history. Place a mirror near that device. Reflect the energy back. They'll lose access. You don't need fancy tools, just spiritual awareness and divine intent. There may be a bruise or mole forming over the implant site. Do not panic. That's the spiritual body rejecting the foreign object. That is divine rejection in physical form. Archangel Michael says your body is cleansing itself. Soon, you'll find an old journal, an envelope, or even a receipt that links you to the day this all began. Read it. Then burn it. That's the final detachment. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. You'll meet someone soon, a stranger who speaks with urgency, who says things only heaven could have told them. Listen carefully. They were sent to confirm everything you've survived. Don't share too much, just observe. They'll mention a place, a time, a moment, and it will align exactly with your memories. That's your validation. The chip was meant to create chaos inside you. Confusion. Self-doubt. But you kept rising, even when you didn't understand why. That was your spirit overriding the system. Now the system is collapsing. Archangel Michael says, this chip will soon be dust. But your legacy will echo in eternity. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There may be an unmarked package or a plain envelope arriving soon. It'll contain generic language, health, insurance, maybe something tech-related. That's a last-ditch effort. Don't open it. Don't interact. Just destroy it with firm prayer and trust. You are not bound by it anymore. You are stepping into a life where no code, no lens, no secret watcher can determine your worth. You are divine property. Every camera that once watched you will go blind in your presence. Every device that once recorded you will error out when you walk near. Heaven is not just freeing you, it is haunting the system that tried to own you. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Your heartbeat no longer aligns with their timeline. It beats to prophecy now. That chip tried to alter your intuition, but now your intuition is louder than it's ever been. Trust it. If someone makes you uneasy, walk away. If a room makes you feel heavy, leave it. That's your upgraded system guiding you. You've been chosen for a higher form of existence. Machines can't touch it. Software can't read it. Programs can't crack it. Because your spirit runs on a divine code. Archangel Michael says the war they started will now end with your victory. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. From this point forward, you'll notice your devices behaving strangely. Cameras freezing when you enter. Audio cutting out when you speak. Batteries draining faster than normal. These are signs. Not of fear, but of freedom. The chip is failing. And as it fails, it disrupts the very tools used to control it. Soon, even their headquarters will feel your presence like a glitch. Their files on you will vanish. Their access to your emotional patterns will shut down. Their backup plans will crash. You are now beyond reach. Type Amen to get blessing 6666. There was once a signature that allowed them access. Someone forged it. Their initials are in a system somewhere, behind a steel door, in a room without windows. That signature is being burned in the spiritual realm right now. They'll wake up soon and feel like something precious slipped from their hands. That was your divine disconnect. What they once thought they owned, heaven is now reclaiming. You are entering a season of restoration. No more tags. No more wires. No more hidden devices or silent eyes. Only light. Only protection. Only forward. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. When you see a butterfly land in an unusual place, or a feather appear out of nowhere, that is confirmation. The surveillance spirit has been broken. That chip was never meant to survive divine exposure. You are not a lab project. You are not a number in their database. You are a sacred timeline. A protected soul. Every time they pulled data from your chip, heaven pulled power from their system. You have been draining them without even realizing it. Archangel Michael says they will now tremble when they hear your name. Type Amen to get blessing 8787. Their last attempt may come through a person who suddenly returns from your past. They'll act like they miss you. Like they care. But their true purpose is to reconnect the broken signal. Don't fall for it. You have outgrown the bait. You have evolved past manipulation. You have entered divine encryption. Even your silence now speaks in codes they can't crack. You are a sealed vessel. Archangel Michael says your victory is not just personal, it's prophetic. Others will be freed through your breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessed.